What's good, people? Time for a deal short. Um, Marriage in America. It's crazy to me that people in America actually sign a marriage contract and invite the government, the state, into their relationship. And especially when you take into consideration that we accept as a society that 50% of marriages fail. I mean, depending on who you talk to, there are numbers out there that says that the divorce rate is as high as 56%. So why do people, in particular men, sign a contract? Well, could there be some social pressure there? Could be pressure coming from your girlfriend? Could be pressure coming from your family. You know, where's the pressure coming from? Now, don't get it twisted. I have no problem with committing to someone and having a bond with someone, but I draw the line at signing a contract that is a coin toss as to if this is going to be successful or not. And then when it's over, it can really devastate you, like absolutely crush you. Now, this conversation has been going on forever. Uh, we got a video right here with Joe Rogan and Bill Maher were having this conversation, and I just wanted to highlight this part of the video. It'll be linked in the description below. But Rogan went into this mode because Bill Maher is asking like, why do people do it? Why do men sign it? And Rogan just kind of goes into this mode. I want you guys to check it out. It is hilarious. Here we go.
It's a crazy backward way to look at it, that without the piece of paper, it's not real.
It's not real.
Whatever you have with someone emotionally, that's what's real. The paper is what's fake.
You shouldn't be worried about divorce because we're never getting divorced.
Oh, I'm not worried about you.
Fuck you're doing. Like why you're getting so upset about this, Bill? Just sign the paper and get married. We're gonna be together forever. I don't know what you're worried about. Jesus Christ, you're freaking out about, don't you love me? You're freaking out about a divorce. We're not getting divorced. We love each other. God, sign it. Sign it. And then when you sign it, the darkness, clouds roll over. Ha 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 ha.
But also, like, humans change. It's like it's so funny when you could say about anything else. Oh, I'm not married to it. Do you want that thing there? I'm not married to it. But with a human, the thing that's most malleable, we're like, yep, I'm going to marry it.
Well,
but for some people, it works fantastically.
I think in some countries, they actually have term limits. They actually have marriage terms.
I don't think that's a real thing.
But I think it is.
Really?
Yeah, Google it. Some countries.
So there you have it, guys. And this is a great conversation. Again, this will be pinned in the description below so you guys can check it out. It's this particular clip is about 11 minutes or so, but the entire conversation was great. I'm a huge fan of Joe Rogan. I'm a retired air traffic controller, but I'm also a stand-up comedian. I started at the Comedy Store in Hollywood. So, I know a side of Joe Rogan that most people don't. And then there's those folks out there who kind of hate on Rogan. They don't, whatever, they hate on the podcast. They hate on his friends, the Rogan comics. They say that Rogan's not funny, and those comics aren't funny. And I mean, I get it, but that bit right there is Rogan just relaxed, kicking it with people that he knows, and just having fun. And bro, like that's hilarious. And I've seen that more than a dozen times in real life, and just it's just a great thing. Sometimes that doesn't translate to stage. That's the comedy world. That's the beauty and the pain of stand-up is, you could say something that's funny. I know so many comics that we'll have we'll say something just amongst ourselves and just, man, be so funny and make you cry. And then that same comic could try to do that on stage and kind of recreate it, and it doesn't work. But that shit right there is funny. And that little bit there towards the end when he was talking about marital contracts, I think we're headed that way. The first time I ever heard of that concept was on a TV show, a sci-fi show. This was back in the 80s, maybe the early 90s. It was called, I think it was called Second Earth or something like that. And in that show, people had marital contracts. There was no more, forever and ever till death do us part kind of thing. It was like you signed a contract for X amount of years, And if you thought it was cool, then you know, sign for an extension, or you're like, this isn't working for me, and you just go. And in that world, no one was getting wrecked, no one was getting destroyed. Now think about that. That was a TV show, a sci-fi show that came out in like the 80s. It was called Earth 2. I think it only had the one season. I forget what network it was, but you can find it on YouTube. But you know, they had that sort of thing. And the storyline was because they're at a new Earth, the old Earth, you know, blew up or something, whatever happened. They're at the new Earth and they're like, hey, let's do away with the newfangled, you know, contracts on marriage, and let's do it like our ancestors used to do it. Let's do it forever, right? That was the whole premise. It's like, come on now. But I think we're headed that way. But guys, you know, I'm one of those people that tell you, like, bro, I am adamantly against inviting the government into your personal life. I'm, you know, definitely against signing a contract that, you know, chances are it's going to fail, right? And then you're gonna have to pay. It just doesn't make any sense. But I get it, man. I do get it. You got this beautiful woman you're in love, and emotions are taking over, and you know, you're sitting there thinking with your rational brain, and she's just sitting there like, sign it, sign it. We're gonna live each other forever. What are you worried about? Sign it. And Bill Maher's like, what? It's just a piece of paper. Sign it. So I get it. I understand. But I'm here to tell you guys, don't do it. Don't you believe it. This is gonna last forever. Don't you believe it. All right. I'm DL Saint. I'm gonna talk to y'all later. Peace.